Hey, Scott here. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how I make these bandsaw reindeer. Follow along and I hope you enjoy. There'll be a link in the description below to both the templates. And I think the best first step is to trace onto some thicker paper. Here I'm just using some file folders. I'm going to use two different colors, that way I can differentiate the two sets of templates. Using a sharp utility knife, I'll just cut out the outlines. One thing I found when I first did this one is this shape didn't end up right, so we're going to make a scallop cut here. Something like that. So there's one set. And our second set. Now the nice thing about both these patterns is they use a 2x4 by 8 inches long. I found Western red cedar at my local lumber yard is rough cut, so it's a little thicker than your standard 2x4 in the red cedar, so it works really well. So that's what I've cut down here. Next we'll mark the patterns onto these pieces. I also find it's easier to make the cuts if I trace with a Sharpie versus a pencil. And for this profile, it doesn't seem to matter which end I trace this template. For this template, I find it best to trace the front-back profile on the back side, so that way you have more to cut when you're finishing it up. For both of these, I find it best to work on the larger flat section first and start by cutting out the smallest pieces first. We now stack it back together and can use to support the piece in the upright position. You'll want to use a 1/8 inch blade to make these projects. I tried with a 1/4 inch and it can be done, but definitely not as smooth of a transition for the curves. For this one, I start with cutting out around each of the antlers. Then move on to cutting the rest of the body. And just like we did with the other one, we can hold the pieces back on that we cut out to support while we finish cutting out, starting with the smallest sections and then moving on to the full silhouette or outside markings. So as you can see, it didn't take too long to knock both of these out. So I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget the link for those templates is down in the description. Don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe for future videos.